It's the Fatboy Show on your number one station, RX Radio. Hoping you're having a beautiful day today. And speaking of beautiful, we're going to have an overabundance of beauty at RX Radio today. Of course, you know me, Fatboy, the host of the Fatboy Show. I'm like super beautiful. Perhaps only surpassed by the likes of Olive, who is also very beautiful.
Did you just call yourself beautiful?
Am I not beautiful? Just look at me. So beautiful and lovely.
So are we trying to jump onto the bandwagon of beauty because it is Women's Month and today is Women's Day? So every guy is going to describe himself as beautiful?
I think so. I think I'm trying to borrow some of that energy, that feminine energy. I am tapping into my feminine side today and declaring myself beautiful.
Okay.
Don't you dare disagree with me.
You are trans beauty.
Too much beauty today in the house. On the program today, we're going to be joined by the reigning Miss Uganda UK, Vanessa Tendo. Nadamba is going to be joining us shortly on the Fatboy Show. So you're going to want to stick around for that and see what powerful message she might have for all the ladies today on Women's Day. She's like, I guess, the most beautiful Ugandan woman in the UK. Okay. That's the whole point of the pageant. Or so I believe. Who knows? They might tell me otherwise. But we'll see how that interesting conversation goes. So that's coming up. Make sure to not go anywhere. Well, let us now talk about not so beautiful things. Let's talk about the senior presidential advisor on special operations. Do you know who that is? That would be none other than General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. And he was the former commander of land forces, right?
Yes.
Well, anyway, and he is also the first son, as you know, and in the running to be our next president. He's made his intentions explicitly known by this point.
That's true.
There can be no doubt as to what his intentions are. So his father cautioned him to be more careful on Twitter. I wonder why he's not taking that advice seriously.
Oh, I mean, he came out again and he said that in as much as he respects his father, he cannot tell him what to do, especially on social media.
Now, some people, even within the regime, have advised him to not keep tweeting, especially political messages, because in doing so, he may run afoul of certain army regulations.
You see, there was a thin line between him being an army commander and also being the first son and an individual. Sometimes his views as a person, as the person of General Kainerugaba, were colliding with the views of someone that is in the army, actively in the army. And some of those can actually be sticky and put the country in a sticky situation.
And then we know the only reason why he's not gotten into any trouble is by virtue of the fact that his daddy's the big man.
His daddy.
Well, anyway, so General Muhoozi Kainerugaba has branded all ministers cited in the ongoing Karamoja Iron Sheet scandal as thieves. And he did this through his Twitter account, of course. Through his Twitter account, General Muhoozi attacked his father's ministers who got involved in this corruption scandal. He tweeted, quote, "On top of stealing government funds for Mabati for the Karamojong, can you imagine they claim they have extraordinary finances to fight us? Well, we say we come against them in the name of Jesus Christ, the Son of God." General Muhoozi tweeted this. He further attacked the ONC team. What is the ONC team?
I think he tried to mean the office of the Prime Minister.
Would that not be the OPM team?
OPM, yeah. He must have mixed it up.
So he was speaking about...
Actually, no. ONC team, I think it is a youth group that says that Tova Kumain, Oba Tava Kumain. Tova Kumain means don't get off the main. Let's say if it is electricity, you don't want to get off the main line.
Right. So, and this is like a political faction?
It's it's like a pressure group that is in favor of the incumbent.
Okay. So you'd think they were on the same side, or kind of.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he called them out as well. And he said about them, Tova Kumain is the brand for all the gangsters, criminals, and disasters Uganda has. It has nothing to do with my family.
Yeah.
Why would he be throwing the loyalists under the bus? Because these are diehard Museveni supporters.
Yeah, but I understand actually where he's coming from. In essence, he means that people posture themselves as if they are for the president, but then they're stealing in broad daylight, and they are bringing shame to the name Museveni.
So because they think they sing the president's praises, that therefore gives them a license to engage in corrupt activities.
Exactly.
Like misappropriating iron sheets meant for the Karamoja.
Exactly. So that's why he's distancing his father's house from this thing that the ministers did.
But he can't.
And all the corruption tendencies in the country, because their family is against corruption.
In the eyes of most Ugandans, it's one and the same, isn't it?
Course.
It's the same camp under the same tent, so that's going to be a hard sell. I mean, part of what makes good leadership is the ability to root out those corrupt elements. So you can't sit there and say, attempt to distance yourself from corrupt ministers.
If you're not, that this is not what we do. If
you're not planning or trying to do something about it, then what are you even doing?
And it's easy for Ugandans to believe that they're one and the same, because what have we seen over the years? We've seen so many scandals over the last 10 years or even 15. And some of these people are fired for a given period of time, and then they are back and they're given ministerial positions. And others are not even. For instance, there is an ongoing investigation, and none of these ministers has been asked to step down or step aside as investigations continue.
Nothing. Zero.
Yes. Were it another country, someone would step aside, investigations are done, and if you're innocent, you go back to your work.
So is there a chance that this political pressure group, the Tova guys, that they might instead now turn against General Muhoozi?
Do they have the resources? I mean, in the first part of the tweet, he said they don't even have the resources to fight us.
Okay, well, who knows? They might find it somewhere.
In Uganda?
Because given the nature of politics, it's inevitable that there will be factions developing, splintering within the, like the ruling clique. There will be those who might, for example, be favoring the president's future aspirations.
Those ones we already have.
Because I'm guessing Museveni is running in the next election.
We don't know, honestly. Right now, the lines are really hazy.
There's a good chance, and if not, then there will be those still within the same camp who might lean towards Muhoozi. But those aren't the only factions. We don't know what's going on with the other first son.
Which one? Oh, Joel. No, he's not political.
Not Joel. What was it? Odrek.
Odrek is a son-in-law.
Isn't that what I said?
You say the other first son. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Son-in-law makes him a first son. I'm sorry.
Right. I'm sorry. I meant to say son-in-law.
Yeah.
We know that there is some friction between those two.
Yes,
and we know that he does have some clout in that area. So, we don't know what could be brewing.
And also the ministers that the high... The ministers that are really close to the president, like let's say Sam Kutesa, like let's say Kahindo Tafire, some of these people have grown children that, who knows, they may want to front as the next leaders of the country. So obviously NRM has so many factions. That's why the other day I was telling you that don't be surprised that the party may crumble after the incumbent is normal.
Because, I can't see them... putting forward a united front.
No,
I think it all hinges...
They already don't have a united front. If I may take you back to the party elections for the person to stand as speaker, you remember there was a Rebecca Kadag, there was the late Olanya, and that alone showed us the disorganization in the party and the factions in the party, that Kadaga ended up standing as an independent, yet she's an NRM candidate, because there were people who were standing behind Olanya because apparently that's what the presidency wanted.
A lot of confusion and a lot of mayhem going on up there in in that sphere of politics. Well, we'll see what happens when and if the dust ever settles. But for now, it looks like General Muhoozi Kainerugaba is going to keep putting out those spicy tweets and making everyone laugh in the process. How can you not laugh? Because say what you will, his tweets are funny.
Are they though?
I do find them funny.
I find them annoying most times, but of course I've seen some where which song was that? I wish I could take a journey in your mind. That is Joe's song. When he posted his wife,
that dedication
and some
to his wife.
From,
wasn't that sweet and also hilarious at the same time?
Someone in the comment section said probably he was caught doing some not so good activities with someone else, and now he's being all sweet and romantic.
I think, people are a bit cynical when it comes to relationships. relationships, when you see a spouse overpraising their partner, usually it's to compensate for something that has happened that is wrong.
It's like when
Some
a man
wrongdoing, right?
Yeah, of course. It's like when a man is a polygamous man, has more than one wife, and then he's always putting this other wife in our faces. We're like, okay, so what's going on with the other one? Oh, if this is the main wife, you're like, okay, so what did he do for the other wife that he's trying
Yes.
to cover up by praising this one?
There's that joke about how when a chick dumps some married guy that she may be dating, that same evening you're gonna see him posting his wife and kids, talking about how they're the joy of his life. You've seen posts like that.
Yes, and of course also if he's been dating some other single babe and the wife finds out and now he's trying to do damage control.
Again.
He's posting the kids and the wife herself.
Yeah, but when they do that, do the wives buy it? If you see your husband out of the blue posting such things, wouldn't you get suspicious?
Obviously, if you have
Like, where is this coming from?
No, but if you've already caught him, then you will know that he's just trying to do that to get your attention.
And would that earn you? Would that earn him your forgiveness?
Well, we are wired differently. Some people would forgive, others wouldn't. So I can't really speak on that. But if it is not something he usually does, and you've not caught him, but he starts doing it, you're like, this is out of character. What could be going on?
What could be going on?
And when you do that, we put on our FBI suit and go to work. So you need to be very careful.
Yeah. Today is Women's Day. Never underestimate the instincts and the brilliance of ladies.
Oh, you should never do that.
Try and do something funny, they will sniff you out.
If you're not
and
a funny
expose you.
person, why are you being funny now?